need to grow still, and I'm trying, so don't leave me here alone. I know I've come so far, but got so far to go. Hey babies, how are you? And with this brand new scars and this good evening. It's time for our reading. It's time for our daily chat. So come on in so we can do that. Welcome in, loves. We made it. It is time for our daily chat, though. And we did make it. We did make it. And it is time for our daily chat. So I just want to know if you're ready to do it. I'm ready to do it if you're ready to do it. It's the holiday weekend, so I'm really excited because tomorrow we're closed for business, but because we made a commitment to have this masterclass every Monday, hey, no regrets, we will be having that masterclass tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. But it's time for our faith, fear, and food daily inspirational reading. As you guys know, I've been doing these readings for a minute. So welcome in. If you're new here, I'm Kenya. If you follow me from my reel or something I done posted, I be in these streets, y'all. So if you're new here, hi, baby. I'm Kenya. You can call me Kenya. You can call me Coach. You can call me a woman of God, but don't call me out of my name. But I'm Kenya. Hi, Buttery Brown. I'm back, and it's time for our daily motivational reading, baby. I got my books out. Get your journal. If you're new here, this is what you're going to need. Now, I'm a no-nonsense because I believe everybody deserves freedom from this monster called food. And then you're going to need dangerous prayers. Now, we are almost done with dangerous prayers, so what we had to do is take a break because we're at the end, but we don't want to run out before our date. Remember, we're supposed to make it till the end of April, so we are finishing up April with just these few pages, so this should take us through the end of April, these pages here. So if you haven't gotten the book yet, get it. It's worth a read. It's a life changer. If you have been questioning your relationship with prayer, your relationship with God, welcome in Mr. Heart Feather Truth, I think. Where are my glasses? Yeah, I'm supposed to keep a prayer in here so I can see. And I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. Let me get my glasses because I can't read the comments. Hold on. Okay. There we go. I'm back. Okay, so are you guys there? I'm here. Can y'all see me good? Okay, back. Okay, boom. Did you have to get skin? No, I didn't get any skin removed. This is all the skin I have left from my journey. Even though I was that big, nope, I never had my neck done. These scars are all from my terminal conditions. I have some stuff implanted in me to stay alive, but yeah. No jobs done. I don't even have on any type of confinement, no shapewear. I don't even have on a brassiere. This is just me using the cups in the actual, and that's my actual waist that you can see. It's not my, well, I didn't think it looked like my breast, but I just like to be transparent with that. Yeah. Lily, how are you feeling, babes? Am I going to see you? Did the time change mess you up, sis? Because I was seeing you every day for a while. I sure miss you. You know I love my New York ladies, so what can I do? What you need, baby? Talk to me. Use your words. What you need? Talk to me. You know how to talk to me. You know where to message me if you need. Talk to me, okay? If you're confused, stuck, whatever it is, you just use your words. We've been on this journey together for a minute now, so I would think by now you know I got you. But you know I ain't gonna force it on you. So you know all you gotta do is use your words with me, sis. If you say, Coach, I need the life jacket, you know I go get it from Jesus and we gonna toss it. Hi, irreplaceable girl. And we gonna toss it right on out there, okay? So medical stuff knocks us down. I always tell you guys, in some situations, it's just the right thing at the wrong time. And it can knock us completely off of our journeys, completely out of our mindset. We can be focused. And that one thing then comes along. Hi, positive vibes. Good. Welcome in, Carla. Hey, babe. Kathy. Hi, princess. And that one thing knocks us completely off. And then we battle to get back on and just can't. Hey, queen, it's time for our reading. Hey, beauty. And we fight and fight and fight and fight to get back on. And it's a struggle. It becomes a struggle. And I just want you to know that I see you. And I'm here. I fight every day to do it too. I don't have it all figured out. I choose to be a transparent coach. I choose to be human. I choose a humble road because I don't know anything more than what God instores in me from second to second. Yes, I have information, training, degrees, knowledge, and experience, but the power of God that you are witnessing is in me. And thank you guys so much for the like. Hi, leading lady. Hey, Key. Welcome in, loves. Thank you guys for tapping. And I continue to show up because I can remember when I was laying in my hospital bed, of course, eating my feelings away. I remember wondering what people would say if I ate myself to death. Because I was in so much emotional pain, I couldn't stop eating. And I don't know if you know what it's like to have something trigger your emotional pain and you feel like you need to go eat about it. But that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I've experienced some things in my life that's taught my body and my mind that if I chew about it, it'll be better. Now, see, some of y'all might not really understand or relate to what I'm talking about. And that's okay. That's why I always say, it's okay, baby, just scroll away. But I'm for those who I'm for, right? Because I don't want to fight to help you see something that God's already showed you. I'm just the tool to help you resolve something you've already known. You already know you battling with food in a different way. You already know that there's no diet, scale, or magical trick that's going to fix what's happening inside of you. That's why I've even intrigued your interest. See, if I didn't match what you already desired on the inside, I wouldn't pique your interest. Because I don't talk about quick fixes and solutions. I don't send you out to go do strange things that are some type of figment of your imagination in hopes in 24 hours you'll go from a size 24 to a size 4. I don't sell you a delusion. I tell you that what we do is hard. That no, there's no quick fix. How many times have you seen people come in my lives and say, if someone wants to lose 50 pounds, what should they do? And I tell them, get with your mindset. What's your stress life? Stress life. What is your stress life? Because people don't understand that for some of us, stress has taken on a life of its own. So we have to go back and check our stress life. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all you have to check your stress life. See, this is Resurrection Sunday, and I'm trying to get you in a space where you can actually be reset to resurrect something. My retreat is called She's Not Dead. She's buried under her residue. For the last 11 years, I said a transformation in its totality is a resurrection of one's soul. It just so happens that I'm talking to you about resetting and resurrecting on Easter. But I've been saying my slogan, my motto, my business, my company slogan and subtitle is a resurrection. A transformation in its totality is a resurrection of one's soul. When you transform your mind, your body, and your actual soul axis, okay, when you transform it, a resurrection happens. Because we've been taught to numb ourselves with oral fixations of all kinds, drinking, smoking, licking, whatever it may be. But see, we've been taught as a country to soothe our dysregulation in our bodies via chewing or something oral. That's why you can't stop the sipping, chewing, or sucking on ice. That's why you can't, because it's connected to a process that's happening in your brain in order to deal with your everyday living. I know that sounds deep, right? You telling me I eat ice because I'm stressed out? Yep. You thought you was eating ice and blaming it on your iron. No, you eating ice because your stress level is 1,199. You get 1 hour of sleep every night. Your entire body is swollen. You don't eat well. You restrict all day. You have no resources. Ain't nobody got your back. And the heat on your head and your shoulders is bigger than anything that I've ever seen a human carry. And you wonder why you can't lose weight. Your stress life. We want to pack 6 mountains and then ask God to make us thinner, but not telling God to take the mountains that's making us chew. I said that. We want God to take the weight, but we need him to take the weight, the things that's making the weight be visible. See, we didn't just eat one cookie and gain 200 pounds. We ate that cookie a whole lot of times to feel better. And then that cookie went to the cake, and the cake went to whatever else, and then whatever else, and whatever else. And see, we didn't start off with a cookie equaling weight gain. That's not how it happened. But see, that's how society tries to train you, that if you just eat less. How many times have you heard it? Tap the like button if you've been told, girl, just eat less and go to the gym. Count your micros and macros. Oh, no. This one really cracks me up. Eat by your blood type. Baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm about to tell you something. It's going to be heavy, so hold on to your seat. I'm about to tell you something. I'm going to wait for us to get 1.5K, and I'm about to tell you something. Tap. I'm about to tell y'all something because this is about to be heavy. Listen, I need y'all to hear this and hear me clear. My blood type has nothing to do with the fact that I was overeating sugar due to sadness and depression. I didn't even say anything about a disorder. I'll be right back. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Trust me. Not even gonna let me bother me. Let me see. That did not happen. That did not happen 1 minute ago. That is not true. Okay, no worries. We're not even gonna worry about it. Hold on, you guys. Give me 1 second, okay? Hey, Tucson girl, how are you? Okay, you gotta come right back, okay? Okay, I'll be right back, babies. I'm so sorry. 1 second, and we'll be right back into like I never left. And that's very unfortunate. It was like a couple hundred people in there. Okay, you guys, we're just gonna work with it, okay? Having a little technical difficulties. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulties, okay? We are not even gonna stress. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We are back alive right now, okay? So we got this. So a little technical difficulties. But we not gonna stress. We're not gonna let us bother. Okay, here we go. We got this. I was like, now is the TV tripping? Because I was about to get like worried because I was like, if the TV start tripping, then I'm like, what's going on here? But we're good. Boom. Got my glasses. We are good. Bam. We back like we never left. Yay! I used to get kind of frustrated when it happened, but it's okay. Unfortunately, we did get reported, but it's okay. We back at it like we never was before. I'm so sorry, you guys. So, all right. So I'm back. Here we go. So let's get into it and do it. So what I was talking about how our nervous systems become the culprit of our cravings. A lot of people think it's just coming from nowhere, but it's actually being driven by your emotional dysregulation from your nervous system. So when you learn what triggers your uncomfortableness in your nervous system and what technique will match that discomfort, because every technique doesn't work for every trigger. Do you understand? Hi, Shelly. We're back, y'all, like we never left. Please tap up the like button, y'all. We back like we never left. Our life got reported. That's okay. It happens. We are no longer going to feel stressed when they report our lives. Hold on, let me pull this down. We are no longer going to, hi, sent you us. We are hey, Buttery, but we're back, babies. We are no longer going to get pressured when people report the lives saying that it's body imagery. And things like that. We're not gonna even get pressed. I wasn't even live 10 minutes, right? And that was already on my neck, y'all. We wasn't even live. That was already. So, that just goes to show me we literally only live for less than 10 minutes and it got reported. So that just goes to show me someone doesn't want somebody else to be free, but that's okay. I'm too stubborn to let the enemy win tonight. So if you're here, this was for you. This is for you. This for you. So God, welcome on in. I'm gonna let a few people get back in the building. Can we go ahead and tap it up? They reported us. They said we was body imaging. I don't even know what that means, but I think it's because I look so different from the photo. But that's me. Yeah, I know it's shocking. It would shock me too to see that big old head and think that big old head was me, and I've never had no surgery. It will make me want to report the live too, but if I believe in God, then I know that anything is possible. And because God did it, I didn't. Welcome in, Jessica. Welcome back, Beauty. Thank you so much. Hey, Tamika, welcome in. So yeah, so let's get right back at it. So what I was sharing with you guys is how the nervous system houses this anxiousness. And how we got to get in on the nervous system. Hi, Jessica. How are you doing? How when we get in on the nervous system, then we can figure out what those triggers are, right? And what happens in my program is because we're working on this strategy every day, we're digging with it, we're dealing with it every single day, right? Because it's not just a meal plan, right? Yeah, we provide meal plans, we provide workouts. But what we actually provide is an intensive therapeutic space for you to heal your relationship with food. Nobody really does that. It's basically a mental health boot camp for food issues. A mental health boot camp for food issues is the best way I can describe it without causing any problems. I don't want anyone to get jealous, so we're going to stay real chill. We don't want no problems. Okay, so we're going to behave ourselves. Beauty is her name. We're going to behave ourselves. We're going to relax. We're going to, okay? All right, grab your books out. Grab your journals. I have a couple questions I want to pose for you tonight. I have a couple questions. Queen, welcome back. Thank you for the likes. I have a couple questions. Hi, Meta. How are you, Mr. Finesse? How you doing? So I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions tonight. If you're just now tuning in, my name is Coach Kenya. I am a therapeutic weight loss and wellness specialist. I specialize in teaching therapeutic behavior modification techniques to break the diabolical connection that almost all of us have with food, chewing, and emaciating to numb our nervous system. So I educate you about your nervous system. We break the bondage, and then I teach you techniques to help treat it, and then you practice those in your daily living based on the plan that we create for you. My team and I is about 6 of us. We work really hard. We like what we do because we have, for the last 10 years, been able to help people find food freedom. That's what we call it, freedom from food. And what that means is that we, myself included, we stop dealing with life through chewing. Many of us don't realize that what's happened is, yes, we have all these symptoms, stresses, and pressures. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, Sent to Us. We have all these different stresses. Hi, Erica. Hi, Harper. We have all these stresses and issues happening. They're happening in our lives. But what's happened is our actual nervous system is not able to deal with it. Hi, Miss Dirty Red. It's not able to deal with it. So what ends up happening is we're feeling anxious about something, and our brain tells us to go chew about it. It's not saying, oh, girl, you feeling anxious, go eat. That's not what it's saying. It's telling you this. Ooh, you want some cookies. Ooh, those potato chips would be so good right now. Ooh, let me see what deals DoorDash got. And you think that is just coming from nowhere, but it's actually coming from what your nervous system is feeling in that moment. Say, I got you, Coach. Tap, I got you in the chat. Let me grab some. Tap, I got you in the chat if you got that. Tap, I got you in the chat if you got that. Tap, I got you if you got that. You guys, it's getting dark in my, some of my shades aren't closed. It's getting a little dark and some of my shades aren't, they're not closed. Okay. Okay, you got me. Okay, so because the nervous system is housing our emotional irregularity, most of us are staying in some type of anxiousness, or lacking dopamine, or the dopamine is increasing, the serotonin is decreasing. So what's happening is because from birth, Okay, so you know what? I'm doing the wrong thing. This live, y'all, is supposed to be about our daily motivational and inspirational reading to help you stay focused on your journey for the rest of the week, right? That's what Sundays is about. Sundays is about me giving you a few tips for the week and you being successful on your wellness journey, right? Because remember, we teach that a wellness journey and a weight loss journey ain't the same thing. So if you're on a weight loss journey, my apologies. Hey Miyoki, how are you, beautiful? Come on in. So remember, if you're on a weight loss journey, we don't really do dieting here, right? Like, I didn't lose 279 pounds dieting, so I'm not going to make you diet. Hey, thank you, Jessica. I'm not going to make you do something I didn't do. I'm going to teach you exactly what I did. And even though what I'm teaching you is not a quick fix, what I'm teaching you is a long game, right? I'm teaching you the long game to therapeutically treating food noise and obese behavior. I'm teaching you the therapeutic methods that help you control the noise, right? If I've been conditioned my entire life to eat to feel better, I'm not just gonna wake up. You on both? Let's go. I'm not just gonna wake up tomorrow and not do it for that reason. So I'm gonna have to put some work in eventually. It doesn't matter how many diets I do. And here's what I was gonna tell you before we got that little report. We done hit 1.5. It's what I was gonna say, y'all. I was gonna tell y'all that there was no amount of blood type that could address the fact that I was eating because my baby died when I was 13 years old and I had to bury a child when I was a child. There is no amount of chewing that's going to take away the triggers that are connected to that trauma unless I do something to change the anxiousness and the message my brain has. Do y'all hear how deep that is? I need you to hear how deep what I'm talking about is, because I think many of you are looking for a quick fix to a long-term game. See, many of y'all want a microwave result for a crock pot issue, and it doesn't work that way. You want to hop in the microwave and get fixed from your struggles with weight loss, cravings, emotional eating, restricting, and all the cycles you created for the last 20 or 30 years. But what you fail to realize is, baby, if you've been doing it for 15 or 20 years, baby, that's called crock pot. That's slow and grow, baby. So you're going to have to attack it slow and grow, just like you did creating it. So what you have to understand is you can go get any tool you want to, but until you decide to walk upstairs, up here, and sit down and take 5 seats, not one, but take 5 seats in your brain and tap on all those things that are causing that sadness, those bouts of anxiousness and loneliness, that feeling of rejection and regret, that feeling of failure, until you get up there and sit down with all of them, call them into the room, sit them down and say, no more, you cannot live here anymore. I will no longer feel rejected every time someone says no. I will no longer feel left out when they don't invite me. I will no longer feel unapart when I'm not a part. I will no longer choose to be second when I'm first. See, when I start dealing with those things, I don't need to chew at night before I go to bed to sleep for comfort. I don't need to restrict all day and then reward myself with overeating at night. I don't need those things, because see, when I'm whole, I'm whole. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need the cookie at night. I don't need the DoorDash. I don't need the attention from the food. I don't need it, because when I'm whole inside, when I'm not seeking the chew to feel better, see, I can get this thing on lock, and I can get off the hamster wheel, and I can get off the cycle, and I can get off. Thank you, baby. Thank you. It's unimaginable. I realized today in my AA meeting, I realized today that it has only been over the last year that I've actually even grieved my child. Because see, when you're 13, you can't grieve a baby. So I need you to understand how deep my eating was to this grief. See, some of y'all have eaten your way to massive weights over loss. And I want to talk to those babies tonight. Baby, I want to talk to you about what that pain is like, how it won't ever go away, how you can close your eyes like you cut off the light, and as soon as you open your eyes back up, it's right there. I am not even saying anything while y'all keep reporting my life. Hold on, y'all gotta. You guys, I didn't say anything like that. I didn't say anything. You guys, this is crazy. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I can't keep starting the live over somebody just reporting my live again. I literally didn't say anything. This time I was doing so good. Is the enemy really that busy? Is the enemy Now that I can't even see y'all comments, they blocking y'all comments. Is the enemy really this busy that it was just 200 some people in here? Okay. I'm going beauty. I'm getting it together. Let's spam the comments with F5P and blow up the likes. That's what we're going to do. I'm not talking about on Instagram. It's actually on TikTok. It's just me and you on her, boo. Okay, we got this. All right. Okay. So there was no amount of food. Y'all realize that, right? There was no amount of food that could fill that hole. No amount of food was going to take me from that particular hole. But in my mind, because I had been conditioned to chew, I thought on TikTok, I thought that if I just ate more, then somehow, some way, it will go away. But what I started to see and what started happening is I had to eat more and more each time. Do you understand what I just said about that grief? The sadder I got, the more I had to eat to get out of it. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, are y'all with me? Are we on the same street at least? At least, are we on the same street at least? We on the same street. Okay, got you. Add you here. Okay. Okay, I will. I'm doing it right now. Let me see if it'll let me. Okay, won't let me click out because it'll close. Okay, I'll do it afterwards. I'll put you here too. Okay, so all I'm trying to understand is all I'm trying to help you explain is, so what kept happening is no matter how many diets I went on, if something related to those emotions, okay, it didn't matter the tool. If something related to I need y'all to hear how deep this is. My daughter passed away on Easter, so in her celebration, we will heal. In celebration of the life that in the time, the 9 months that I got to watch her crawl around and change the lives of those who touched, because I remember a little bit. It was traumatic, so I can't even remember everything. Some of the stuff I don't really know. Some of the stuff I have no idea it was that bad. But see, never I digress. I just want to focus on what healing can look like and how you can be locked in your past trying to fight to your future, but the bondage is so deep and it's in everything you do and everything you chew about that it's holding you captive from your physical presentation. See, that's deep right there. Just set somebody free. It can be that deep. Something as simple as being laid off from a job that you felt like you were valuable at, or being fired at a job where you went to work and got fired over something that wasn't your fault, could totally change how you deal with emotions and pain and view yourself. And from nowhere, you be chewing about it. You don't know. Thank you, Virgo. You don't know you chewing about it. See, that's how the body gets you. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, yes, I live exactly how I lived the trauma. But see, I didn't know when I was in the trauma, when I was in the triggers, because I was living in triggers. The trauma was over. Remember, the trauma was 33 years ago. But see, I was living in the triggers of my trauma. That's why I couldn't get free. See, I was living in the triggers of my trauma. There was always something waiting around the corner to trigger me to be in another traumatic feeling. So off I went to eat, or to restrict, or to purge, or to binge. It just depended. See, I just want to talk to the people that need to be talked to. I just want to talk to the ones that food becomes that love that you thought you didn't have or could never get. Last week, I talked to you about being in love with it. How some of us have replaced food with our spouses and our family members. How food is literally our everything. For every lost person, we bite a morsel. For every rejection and neglection, we eat a morsel or restrict. See, some of us don't realize that restricting to the point of pure starvation and anxiousness. Okay? That even that starving, I don't know how to do that. It doesn't give me the option when I click on your name. It only says pin comment. It only says pin comment or report you, but you haven't done anything wrong, so why would I report you? Oh, you know why, baby? Because this is through my streaming software. I'm not actually live on Instagram because I'm live on all 7 through one space. So I'm kind of being satellited to see you, if that makes sense. But I'll read your comments. So, because I'm on 3 Facebook pages, YouTube and Instagram. Hey, babies. And then I'm also on TikTok. Yep, food was for your right, Trucker Queen. I know that I ate when I was depressed. I know that when my body has a increase in dopamine, which is how you become so anxious and overwhelmed, my body will do whatever it can for serotonin. It will go find something to drink or chew to try to bring that feeling down. And it doesn't matter what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it can be me being stressed out over a staff meeting. If I'm not in control of my behavior, I'll subconsciously get up and go in the kitchen and get something to snack on, because my brain is going to tell me to go do that to feel better, to get the stress off my back. It's like it's like your body subconsciously protecting you from pain and trauma. So as soon as your body feels it, it tells you to go fix it. That's why the craving is only 90 seconds, but you don't know that. See, that's why y'all all need to see. It's a couple in these different lives. It's a whole bunch of y'all. That's why y'all need to find y'all way to the class, okay? Because what I'm explaining, there's a loop to it, but I'm supposed to be reading, so I don't want to take the whole this live. See, that's why I keep getting in trouble. Because I keep taking this live doing what I'm not supposed to be doing, and that's why they keep getting mad. They keep shutting us down. Because I teach you the real reason. I teach you the real reason why they got you out here in the chokehold. Then too many of us are going to get free. Then less of them win and more of us win. But I don't want to get on there because they might give me another restriction. I'm on number 3 now. So there we go. Hi, Unbothered BS. How are you? So what I'm explaining is the concept behind what food noise actually is and what's happening with your neurotransmitters in your brain, and then what's expressing itself in your behavior and your body. So the act is the cue is the food noise, the urge is the craving, the act is the behavior, the remorse is the guilt. So you seek the reward, the remorse is the guilt, you go back to restriction, and you start off again when a cue comes up for the craving. That's the cycle. On why it seems like a struggle this time. Yeah, you can lose weight 100 times. Hi, Unbothered, how are you, baby? Listen, what I teach is for people already know how to lose weight. Because I'm not teaching you how to diet. Y'all already know how to do that. That's why I don't teach you dieting. People know how to diet. People know how to get off. They know how to take laxatives and starve and drink apple cider vinegar and poop their life away and all of that. They know how to do all that. I don't teach them that. I don't claim to be any of that. No. I claim to be the exact opposite. I'm going to help you stop thinking about food. They're going to keep trying to lock you out the kitchen. I want you to be able to go in the kitchen. I want you to be able to be around food and not feel like you're about to lose your soul. I want you to be able to eat a cookie and not think you're going to be 700 pounds the next day. You see what I'm saying? I want you to be able to remove all the delusional, diabolical misconceptions about your relationship with food and how you used to function in your nutritional and well-being space and how you show up and function now. See, I want to give you a pathway to get free. Because I'm not going to tell you to not eat after 7, to count your micros and macros. Because see, none of those things are going to address your emotional dysregularity. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I don't care if you lost 900 pounds counting calories. Congratulations. But you still got issues. Because I lost almost 400 and still had issues. The thing that gets me is that at my biggest, I was 320. Now I'm 235, but my smallest was 220. I got to 239. I shut it down. I used to blame my M because she's my trigger. My food noise been quiet for 9 months. For 9 months. Did you stop going around your triggers? We're responding to Miyoki White says, I'm going to read it again. The thing that gets me is that at my biggest, I was 320. Now I'm 235, but smallest was 220. I got to 239. I shut it down. I used to blame my M because she's at my trigger. Y'all know we can't say too much because they going to try to block us everywhere because they don't want us to win. My food noise been quiet for 9 years, but because my bro and hubby fell out, you've been sad and you can hear it coming back, can't you? I knew what M meant. I knew what it meant, baby. I knew it. I definitely knew what that meant because that was one of my previous things. Listen, what she just explained to you, okay, is that she's been able to create a habits and change her lifestyle to get her weight down and keep it down. But what she's pointing out to you is that everything was good until a particular type of trigger initiated her sadness, and now she's struggling with the noise, food noise. It's loud, ain't it? Because what her body's uncomfortable about her and her husband and her brother falling out. And because she can't do anything about it, control it, fix it, or change it, her nervous system is going nuts. And as a result, it needs her to go calm it down with the one way that her body has learned that brings immediate comfort but short term gain, and that's chewing. And what'll happen is she'll eat one time for that food noise and then she'll keep eating. Because guess what? One bite ain't going to make her husband and the brother get back, start talking again. So she'll have to keep eating until either that situation is resolved or she puts something in place to stop that particular emotion, which is sadness, from needing to be soothed with chewing and emaciation. Do you understand? Did y'all catch that? So what happens is the wrong thing happened for her at the right time. And that sounds very like diabolical because it is. The wrong thing, which is the trauma between the brother and her husband, at the right time in her life, where they collided, and back came her food noise. Because the noise is connected to her nervous system. But it's not food she's craving. She's actually craving comfort and peace from the sadness related to what's going on. It's that heavy. And it seems like the chewing is 10 miles away from this conflict. It seems like it. But what I need you to understand is inside your body, that conflict and the chewing are right on top of each other. I can barely drink. I can't call my bestie. My husband hates my bro. I can't gamble. My 24-year-old thinks I'm lame. What's left? Exercise, my bones hurt. So her whole body is just going crazy, baby. Your whole body is just going crazy. You know what I'm telling you, mama? I want you to get that gospel music on. I want you to dim the lights or get in the bathtub, whichever one you can do. Light them candles. Get you some Epsom salt. Come on that gospel music. Turn on that hot water. If you don't got no bubble bath, get you some dishwashing liquid. But create the atmosphere and invite you and God in there. And go in there and ask Him to take away everything that is not meant for you to carry on your own right now. And to give you the vision to see and the patience to withstand how long ever this healing may take, that you have the patience to walk through it with grace and peace and tenderness in your heart. Just ask God to do it and He'll do it. And that's exactly, it's so funny. It's not funny, but it's good because that's exactly what our reading is, you guys. This very book is about us surrendering when we are in the midst of a trial, and it triggers us and convinces us that we're supposed to run to something outside of our faith and God. And it's questioning us and challenging us to be so intact in our prayer life that when the enemy begins to prey upon us, that we can see him so clear that no weapon can prosper, that no stronghold can prosper, that nothing gets any farther than a flash of a thought in our mind. We begin to fight with faith. We stop fighting with self-will and willpower alone, and we begin to stand in the gap and fight with faith. Mioki, I want you in there now. Now, on Easter. Finish up Easter right. If it's East Coast, it's time for you to go to bed anyway. Take the phone in there. We can't see nothing. Go on in there. Let's go. You need that right now. Your body's crying for it. God might meet you in there. But if you don't go in there and see, you don't know. He might be sitting there on the toilet right now. And I know that people, my sister once told me, talk to him like he's in the room with you. Act like he's sitting in the room right now with you. And give it all away. Give all of it. The little thoughts, the big thoughts, the ones that you think are even forbiddable, the ones that you think that are inappropriate, give them all to him. He knows your heart, but he requires that we speak those things out loud. You have to act. You can't just say, I don't got the rent money, I need help in your brain. You got to say it out loud and then say, God, how we going to do it? Because I can't do it. You can't just say, God, I'm struggling with this weight. I'm going to the gym. I want you to go on and take your hot bath. Can you do your hot bath now? You said you got your Epsom salt, you got your candles, you got your cell phone to play your gospel music. You said you can get down in the bathtub and you got some dishwasher liquid if you ain't got no bubble bath because you need the bubbles to set the mood. You know what I'm saying? You need the boo, you need the bubbles to fill up the tub. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you got a little book or the Bible, maybe you want to use your phone, whatever you feel. But I want you to go try to get some of that anxiousness out of your body. If it's 8 where you are, where I am, it's only 8. But if it's a little bit later, it's time for bed anyway. So it'll be a good time for you. I know even if you've already showered, you're not doing this for the purpose of a shower. You're doing this for the purpose of kind of cleansing yourself free, right? If you have some Epsom salt, if you ain't got no Epsom salt, don't even worry about it. But I want you to go in there and try to relieve some of that so you can start your Monday off as resurrected as God was, right? I want you to be able to get in there, and when you come up out of that tub, you coming out of the tub a new person. So if you got to cry in the tub, cry, whatever you got to do in there, you coming out different. You coming out different. Because what I know that when we are watching conflicts in two human beings, we can pray for God to change us, to help us have a better understanding of the situation so that we are able to be a better help and support for the work that God is doing. See, sometimes it's not about what we can fix, but it's about what we can let God fix. I have the money, but I don't have the peace. I have the money, but I don't have the peace. That's why I want you to get on in there in that tub. Come on, to the tub we go, let's go. To the tub we go, let's go. To the tub, out of shower. And then if you got to do in the shower, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take that candle, you're going to light the candle outside the shower. You're going to let the bathroom get real steamy and warm so that when you're in the shower, it can feel kind of like you got that sauna feeling going. That's if you got the shower. But if you got the tub, I want you to tub, and I'm not playing with you. Okay? Because I want you to go into this week feeling better. I want you to go into this week with your mind and heart and eyes open so you can see. Sometimes when we're behind a crisis or chaos, it's like a blinder is over our eyes, so we stop being able to see, and we won't be able to see the grace of God working. Sometimes what we think is the worst thing in the world is the beginning of the best thing God could ever create for us. But if we as humans block God's work with our doubt, if we block God's work with our fear, if we block God's work with our anxiousness and our sadness, then he can't work. My sister Sylvia once said, does the angels run away if we pray and then cry about the thing we say we gave to God? So I encourage you to give it to God and then stand boldly with your chest out and declare and decree that that thing is fixed, that that thing is corrected, that your body is healed, that you ain't gambling. You don't need to gamble. You ain't going to drink. You don't need any vice. You got God. You don't have to resort to those things. He's going to say, Jeffrey, did you lose? Like, yes, I lost 479 pounds naturally. Talking to you about the very things, dealing with those things that were keeping me captive in my mind, that were making me crave and eat. It was always something that was triggering something, if that made sense. So that's why my tools never were as effective as they could be, because I was always in the midst of some type of chaos. If it wasn't my chaos, it was somebody else's. And one of the series that I did on my YouTube, if you guys remember correctly, I did that series called We Eating Over Other People's Problems. I could look back at my food behavior and see actual patterns where I would be on the phone with my girlfriends over eating snacks, and they were talking about their crises, but because my lack of ability to fix their problems was causing anxiousness in me, like I'm Jesus. So what was happening is, because I eat to feel better, I was eating because I was anxious, and she was eating because she was sad. So here we are, trauma bonding over snacks, healing our bodies with eating instead of praying. God better do something. I'm sure we're going to get locked in. So I began to see a direct link in how I behaved emotionally and what I did physically to address it. I started learning how I could leave visiting somebody and their visit might have not been good, and I would have an urge to stop in a drive-thru on my way home instead of going home and cooking. Because going home, whatever I was going to cook at home wasn't going to fix the emotional struggle. I'm on it, sis. I'm on it, Trucker Queen. I'm eating it up. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? All I'm trying to do is lead you to a space to give you the thoughts necessary to address the root problem of what's going on in a safe space, which is why we meet 4 days a week and we provide one-on-one therapeutic food counseling. Said so that you don't open up these doors that you're keeping padlocked with food by yourself. You didn't hear what I just said. So that you don't open up the doors that you are keeping padlocked with food and chewing by yourself. Trucker Queen, come on now. Are you in the class for tomorrow? It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. Are you coming to the master class where we talk about the loop and how to get started? That master class should be sold to capacity by tomorrow, you guys. There should be not an open seat in the morning. It's actually going to be virtually on Zoom. Queen, do you mind giving Trucker Queen at least the site? Trucker Queen, when you get on the site at the very top, boo, it's going to have a black bar that says Masterclass Live. You're going to click it. You're going to claim your seat. It's only $27, and I'm going to give you this information in order. And then you're going to take my talking points and you're going to apply them each day. And you too are going to find that you not only have lost some weight, but that you're having more mental clarity around food. So, as I told you guys on the video I posted, honestly, I feel that I'm more whole than most people I know. You know what? You probably are. You probably are. You're probably the glue to the whole thing. Most of us be the glue to the whole situation. Some of y'all keeping your whole families glued together. If somebody pours some acetone on you, everything will fall apart. Somebody pours some acetone on you, everything will melt straight down to that white stuff that be on the bowl of the residue when you suck your nails off. It'll melt down to that. Because you are the glue. You are literally the glue. You are literally the glue. That's how I know people that's the glue be eating over other people's problems. You be an empath, you done took on somebody as emotional dysregulator, you depressed, not because you depressed, but because you bonded with somebody else who's depressed, so you depressed. To Trucker Queen. Trucker Queen. Oh, I was going to show you Trucker Queen when my phone died. That's why I couldn't even show you. Nobody asked for it. I don't think people ask for that role, y'all. I think what happens is our family sees our strength and we become reliable, trustworthy, good listening ear, supportive, loving, non-judgmental. We check all the boxes that many of our family members or loved ones are seeking from their moms, parents, kids, husbands, siblings, each other. We end up filling in the gaps that other people can't get offering people stuff that they can't get anywhere else. You know, it's always that one aunt that's never judgmental, drive anywhere, pick you up. If she had the money, she'll send it to you. It's always that one auntie, but we always forget to check on that auntie. So I'm checking on that auntie. I'm here for that auntie. I go hard for that auntie so that auntie can live 10 extra years. Queen, I think you gave her the Zoom link, not to the class. She needs the link to the website to sign up. She hasn't signed up yet. Yep. Just because I'm smart, it doesn't mean I want to lead. Yeah. It's okay. And I think a lot of times we kind of get thrown this role of family savior. I don't think that anybody really stands up and says, put everything on my shoulder. I want to pack everything. Right? Beauty's her name says, I'm that auntie. Trucker Queen says, I'm that auntie. Queen, my phone died. I can't even get y'all the link to show you. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it here. Look, let me just clutch your phone. Your family calls you 911. Wow. Yep. They used to. Yep. The strong one. Yep. They use the strong one to get all the phone calls, all the everything, right? And sometimes because the issue is, sir, that's okay, Queen. I'm trying to, because the issue will be so like a dog. Yep. Because the issue will be so pressing. It's like you won't even get a break. Like like something crazy like this. Say for example, you will tell somebody you not feeling well. They'll call you and say, "How you doing?" You say, "Oh, my back is bothering me. I got a headache." And the next comment be, "I was calling you to see if you could." Nobody heard what I had going on, did they? It's like, yep, it's not only hurtful when they know you need a break and won't give you one. It's hurtful when they get offended when you tell them you can't because you are tired. Hi, Anita, my baby. That's the most hurtful. But what we have to understand is when we are sacrificing ourselves on the cross, that every time we do that unwillingly, but we do it anyway, we lose a part of ourselves. And then we wonder why we needed you to feel better. Because what happens is then when I do the thing you need me to do, I don't do it like you want me to do it. And so you become upset with me over that. So it becomes this constant battle at trying to meet expectations that are unstated in a body as a human being that doesn't. Yep, I know. I know that my story is I used to true to feel better. I know that's my story. Hold on, wait a minute. Why you need? Oh, that's what you be saying to you. Wait a minute, look, Miyoki said they ask her why you need help. You make money, you make so and so dollars an hour, and you married and da 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 da. But what does that have to do with me being tired? And that's so interesting. And you're actually telling the truth. People will take your good circumstances and hold them against you, to as a reason why you should be able to help them get through their stuff. Don't you gotta ask me so I can then give you permission to do that? So that it feels better. No one cares about all the people who help. Just shut up and give. It does, it can. It can. And I spent a lot of years being a really big giver. Because I thought that made people appreciate me and accept me more. And when I got really sick and I didn't have so much to give, I couldn't find anybody. So I learned all the way to my death with 30 days to live that no one's going to come and save you like you're saving them. So you best start saving yourself. And that's how I'm here. Because if I had left my circumstance to anybody else any longer, then I had already done that. I would be gone. When I was in the hospital, they stopped coming to see me. Yep. And that's okay. Everyone has a life. But my motto is this: the same energy you had when I was down, I need you to keep it when I'm up. The same way you lost me when I was down, don't find me when I'm up. And guess what? There are a bunch of my good friends, and I love them. I just no longer seek daily consultation or consoling from them, because it appears that my request to be present in their life is too much of a challenge for them. So I'll choose to go elsewhere. That's how I look at it. Nothing happened, nothing bad. It's just that it appears that what I require as a friend, you're not capable of providing. So I'll go where they are. That's it. And they still hate you. Hi, Black and Tie. So, the more and more you get closer to this understanding how important prioritizing your own mental wellness, you lessen your body's emotional dysregulation, you decrease your food noise and the urge to self-soothe and calm you down. Counsel them all like Miyoki said. Okay? Less anxiousness equals less food noise equals less desire to chew and emaciate. There's actually help. And people tell you, just don't eat after 7, it'll make the noise go away. No, I just gave you 2 real live examples of how the noise can come back after years and years and years. Say that, which part again? Oh, the part about we have to be in control of our emotional dysregulation in our bodies so that we don't chew about it. Many of us are eating because we're uncomfortable. So when we become in control of what's making us uncomfortable, we control while we chew. We're chewing because we're uncomfortable. When we're not uncomfortable, we don't chew. That's why the food noise can be quiet sometimes. That's why when you're sad, lessen dopamine helps you restrict. But when it gets too overwhelming and a trigger occurs during restriction, the craving is louder and it's triggered with a 90-second cue. And if you respond to the habit loop during that time, you're going to engage in the food because it's an autonomic response. The brain is already on the pathway to seek the reward of eating the item. Okay, so that's what I teach you. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get there. Okay, post your name on top. Oh, I don't know how to do this stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to get y'all the links right now. Look, I'm trying to get links right now because I just got a private message that says, can you please give us the link? You're telling us all the stuff, but we don't got the link. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to the link. Okay, I'm gonna get y'all there. I don't want anyone to miss tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. No class is alike. This is why you must attend. I do not repeat them. Last week we recorded one class. Every now and then I record one because sometimes the class shares personal information and examples from the ladies in the class, and I choose to keep an anonymity in that instance. That's why. That's exactly why. So, but like I said, what happens is we'll have a beautiful lady share her story, and we don't want that to become a replay. And so, what we do is we do not we will stop the recording, delete the recording, and we keep the anonymity of that person's personal story. So, unfortunately, if you are supposed to be there, then get your butt in the class. Click that. It automatically downloads once you pay. You get a link that says automatic download. On that link, it's a hyperlink to your Zoom. You have to copy it. It's a private access with a password inside it. When you click on it, I can see you click on it and see that you're on your way. It matches your ticket and verifies your attendance. That's how you're allowed in the door. That easy, that simple, all automated. When you come, you're gonna leave. It's yes, every Monday for now until the end of April. It is something we came up with because there's such a big demand. There was so many inboxes and so many messages of people saying, "Can you please teach me? Can you please teach us? Can you show us? Can you show us?" Because it's such a vast, massive amount of information. I'm gonna create this outside of our hours. So when I'm when I'm done with my day clients on Monday, I'm going to hop on, do the course, do the master class, walk you through everything, walk you through it's 4 p.m. Central Standard, 4 p.m. Central Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 4 p.m. Central Standard. No, wait a minute, you're Central. 6 p.m. Central. 6. Okay, let me give you all the times. All right, here we go. Let's get it. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Arizona time. That's Mountain. Okay, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. It will be the best choice. Now, y'all know I don't make stuff up, so I know y'all see me posting videos of people in their reviews. People noticing things. I know y'all seen us like 4 or 5 reviews going around. I know y'all, okay, maybe you ain't seen them. Well, I'm telling you right now, you can go look them up. But after one class, you'll see a difference. And it's not that I teach you anything magical. It's I explain to you what you already are asking about. I'm just going to help you see it, actually identify it. I'm going to help you identify it. And then Queen said it's true. Queen, you can share with them. After you identify it in the loop, I'm going to tell you how to stop each part of that loop. Boom, boom, boom. Remember, I've been doing this 11 years. I'm going to tell you how to stop each pattern in the loop. You're actually on a cyclic loop over and over. You don't know you're on it. We all own it, but some of us just happen to get a little addictive nature when we own it. Oh, I wouldn't post you, Miyoki. That's why I just explained what I said to you, my love. And that's why we don't record our master classes, because I like to keep it and I would never post it as a live anyway, because it's really valuable it's invaluable. It's actually priceless, right? Because half of America is suffering from some form of obesity or entrapment from food. right? And so I don't post anything like this openly on social media anyway. It would always be in my private community, and you actually have to be a paid member to be in our private community. Yeah. Yeah, our private community requires a HIPAA because we do medication and everything. So we require HIPAAs and NDAs and anything like if you're caught sharing information outside the program, we do ask you to leave. We're copyrighted and trademarked, so we do every all those other things people do to protect themselves. iRise Inc. does those as well. Just for clarification, we operate under all the same security systems as the bank in terms of any form of payment or payment plans. We have our DNB number. We you can Google us. You can look us up on the IRS. We have a TPT. We are certified and licensed to openly sell in public in Arizona and surrounding states. We work with a doctor who's licensed in all 50 states and has been working in metabolic health and weight loss for over 25 years. We keep our ducks in a row so that people can get top notch service is something that they've often been pushed under the rug. Asa! For often people who've been pushed under the rug and ignored. People have been going to their doctor for years, asking their doctor to connect the loop between their brain and their obesity, and they haven't been heard. It's been blamed on everything. Their willpower, be called them lazy, telling them they're fat, and cancer's being missed, all because a person is obese. When if doctors had more training and more knowledge and behind the basis of what's happening in a person's life. If a person is extremely stressed out and gaining massive weight, you don't think as a physician you should probably be asking them what's going on in your life? We're medical practitioners watching patients gain 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds in 6 months, 8 months, in a year, and you don't think you want to ask what's going on in their daily life? You really think somebody's just eating like that? No, it's something happening making them do that. Ask. 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 Some of y'all medical people are seeing patients y'all don't even know they living in domestic violence, abuse, and everything. And because you ain't asked the right questions, you ain't gave them people the safe space to say nothing. And you worried about them having weight loss surgery to get their knee surgery when they gain the only reason why they can't get the weight off is because their situation is so toxic and unhelpful, and you have a way to get them out, but you won't ask the right questions. Come on. I had the sleeve done and gained almost all the weight. Trucker, my program is full of women who've had the sleeve, and what they learned is they never got the support they should have gotten. A and two, once you have the surgery, you can never not eat like the surgery. People don't understand that. You have to stay once on the berry diet. You have to stay on the berry diet, however you say it. All the weight comes back. The research study shows that in order to keep the weight off prolonged, you have to eat like that forever. But what happens is, as life gets more challenging and more difficult, we go back to those same things that we were using before, except after the surgery, the things that we eat are cookies, cakes, chips, things that slide down our throat because not only do they feel good, but they're the only thing we can tolerate without dumping. Understood? Ace Pup, hey, Ace the Pup. How you doing, boo? Where you been at? Hey, Shogi. Shogi. So that's kind of the component that I want you to understand about this. So each Monday, you look at a different part. This Monday is we're going to only be focusing on the cue, the first portion of the urge when you get it to stop it. So I want to teach you what happens when you first hear it, what you should be doing with your body. Okay? Not once you're already engaged. You got to do something different by then. Once the brain is engaged, it's a different process. Because then you got to do something physical to stop it. So initially, and the breathing is really powerful, or the humming. You can hum to help with the nose. Okay, Ace, I got you. So you can hum. Okay, Milky, I got you. You can hum. But what happens is once the craving has got you, like if you are already engaging and looking for the food on DoorDash, now you have to go to the tapping. Hi, Miss Heather, how are you? So you have to switch the techniques based on where you are in the craving cycle, right? So wherever it is in the brain, the habit, wherever the thought is in the brain, the technique addresses the thought and what part it is in the path. So if you're in the cue part of the habit loop or the craving part, you do something different, because one is just the message, the other one is the actual behavior being acted out, and you have to do something different. Motion changes emotion. The reason why we've decided to do it as a weekly class, so people can have the opportunity to get the different sectors of it and combine them all together, so that during the week one they're practicing the week before, and when they come back they're doing kind of a download of their experience, then getting the new information, and then a week to practice that. Doing this kind of 5-week series, we're allowing you every week an opportunity to kind of gain this concept of bringing in these techniques consistently for each component of the craving cycle, so that you learn what food noise is and then how to address the dysregulation. Because I can't just stop the food noise. I actually have to teach you what to do with the dysregulation that's happening emotionally in your body. So right now we chew for it, right? Well, I got to give you something else. So we have to come up with your something else. So that's why we have kind of a series set up over the next 4 weeks for you guys. Okay. And if it continues to be such an amazing reviews and people continue to see results, we will regroup in 4 and see what's missing. Or maybe you guys will then give us feedback and say, Coach, can you tell us what to do with the neurotransmitters and the techniques for this scenario? So as we learn from you all getting results from using everything, we will then go back to the team, because I work with team people, and we'll say, hey, these are the reviews of our community. What about this? I honestly think that I've surpassed it all, but I tried Ozempics and it messed my stomach up. Yeah, one of the important things about the medication, you guys, many of you all tried the medication and stuff, but you didn't have any prep or coaching for the injection, right? I've been coaching women for the last 2 years, and for the last 6 months, I've actually been coaching women personally, myself, me and my medical doctor, with with things like that, right? With the medications. And what we found is 100% of the people that come to us were utilizing these tools with no support. They were not coating their stomach, doing any there's a 72-hour prep that you need to do to your body. Okay, well, I can't get into that right now. Just, I understand where you're coming from. I totally realize that, and I want to apologize that you were not given what you needed to be successful, because you were not given what's necessary, I guess, because I do have 15 women who've been very successful. They have been on the injection, and some of them are off the injection already. They were very successful in just 4 months, losing 40 and 50 pounds. They have since been weaned off the medication and are now sustaining their weight loss, and they've sustained their weight loss now for the last 4 months. So they were on for 3 months, and they sustained for 4 months. So 90 days, 42 pounds, sustained, because they used my mindset program. Remember, we do the detox 3, 2 shakes, 3 meals. They did protein pacing and resistance training, no intermittent fasting, no dieting, and they did no cardio. There was no they don't do any cardio other than their work. They do all resistance and weight training. There's no weighted vesting and walking pads. There's a vibration plate and resistance bands and weights. My team use weights. I do not encourage cardio with my girls, because cardio is great if you need stamina and endurance. But because we need actually mass lean muscle, we need a massive amount of it when you're on those injections, you should be doing predominantly resistance training. Predominantly. That's actually what the research study did. So if you're doing stuff outside of the research study, then you're not going to get the results that the medicine called for, because you're not doing what the research study was. Do you understand what I just said? They did exact steps for 72 consistent weeks to get the results those recipients got. They did it for 72 weeks. Okay? Listen to this. They followed a strategic plan. Okay? It tells you in the research study that you should not be skipping meals nor intermittent fasting on the GLP-1 or with the gastric bypass and surgeries and sleeves, but all of y'all do that. You're already suppressing your message center to eat. If you also start to intermittent fast and eat in a small window, how are you going to get the proper amount of protein in that little bitty window? You're not going to get enough protein, fiber, vegetables, or nothing in a window this big when you're trying to get somewhere, some of you guys are at the weight capacity, because I hate to break it to y'all, but you ladies that are at through 280 pounds, 235, 300 pounds, you ladies out here thinking that all you need is 100 grams of protein, that's incorrect. You need to go find a real calculator. That's what I need at my size. You realize that your protein grams are by weight. So some of y'all are actually starving yourself into obesity. That's why you keep plateauing, because you're doing the wrong things at the wrong time, and you're applying the wrong techniques to a situation that doesn't apply. So if you're on the GLP-1A, 72 hours before your next injection, you should be prepping your stomach with protein, high power protein, and fiber 72 hours before. The day before, you should eat a particular meal, and 20 minutes before, you should do something in particular. The next day after injection, you should also then do something particular. This is why my patients can tell you they don't have symptoms. This is why I'm telling you. Not one symptom. This is why I'm explaining it to you. Because remember, it leaves certain symptoms. So in order for you not to get those symptoms, you have to do the work. And for those of you that have issues pooping, why would you go get on something if you already have issues with your digestion? It causes difficulty with your digestion, and you blame it on the medicine. You already had issues. That's not the medicine, that's you. Yep, look. It says you can't even poop without pushing fingers, and then my doctor says, and your doctor didn't even just do fiber. Nope, the fiber doesn't work. Because remember, it slows gastric emptying, so it actually slows the muscle and the enzymes that are released to cut it on. So if you are already slow and you go take something that makes you slow, let's do the reading. Yeah. Don't let these people talk to you like you ain't smart. Y'all are smart. Just think about it. Think about it. If something's primary symptom is the very symptom that's already your primary complaint, don't you think you need to get some type of protocol in place so you don't end up getting the one side effect that'll make you more miserable? So you don't think you should automatically start on the medicine with some type of bowel prep so you don't end up impacted? No, they're not doing that. See, y'all want to be over there. Y'all want to be over taking these shortcuts. Go on over there. Go on over and end up with an impacted bowel, pancreatitis, and jacked up trying to get that weight off because you're on a weight loss journey and need to be on a health and wellness journey. Go on over there. Go on over there. Come back to me when you all jacked up. I'll try to fix you, but I don't know if my strategies work after that. I don't know if they work after that. Nope, everything don't work for everyone. That's why I'm a natural wellness coach, because I do everything. See, I don't reject any tool. I educate you about all the tools. See, the problem is all the tools are available, but no mindset is available for any of them. That's the real problem. See, the real problem is we're not really being educated about the cycles. Oh, I'm not upset, baby. We're not being educated about the cycles that are happening in our body. See, if our doctor doesn't give us this knowledge and I go to the expert and the expert doesn't tell me, that's not my fault. That's the expert's fault. See, that's what you got to understand. Baby, it's plenty of people that it don't work for. It's plenty of people that have had the surgery and gained the weight back, as you said. Oh, you probably wasn't in the live when those comments were going through. So let me help you out here, okay? There's many of people that many of things don't work for. As I said, I'm a woman who's lost 479 pounds. Grab that. Hold on to it. Hold it. Naturally. No drugs. No injections. No surgery. No shot. No nothing. Hard work. Dedication. That's how it was done. Understand that? And I'm still down. I'm not yo-yoing. I'm not ripping and running back and forth. I'm not on and off a diet. No, that's not my life. That's not my life. It's not my life. Why? Because mindset is on my journey with me. I'm not on a weight loss journey. I'm not on a weight loss journey. I'm not. No, I'm not on those. I don't do those. You can do those. I don't do those. I do wellness journeys. Because, see, a weight loss journey tells me as soon as I hit a weight loss goal, then I can stop. And why would I ever stop being healthy? If my goal is to be healthy, then shouldn't I keep going? Think about your wording. Remember, I just said earlier, some of us are talking our way into obesity and plateaus. It's the way we talk. It's the way we think. I just need to get down 5 more pounds and then I'm done. Done doing what? Done being healthy. So you're going to stop being healthy when you get down 5 more pounds. Because that's the message you're telling your brain. Oh, I hit my weight loss goal, but now I can't do nothing else. That's because the entire time you was on your journey, you told yourself that when you got to 150, you was going to stop. So guess what happened? When you hit the 150, you stopped. And after about 3 months of stopping, you start seeing a constant gain. You know why? Because you had no mindset in there. You was focused on a number on a scale. And you thought that when that number came, suddenly something was going to happen. You was going to be cured from your desire to chew to feel better. That's not how that works. So what I'm explaining to you is it doesn't matter the two, baby. It does not. I don't think you're a hater. Why would you think that? Nobody thinks you're a hater, love bug. You good? This is a free and a safe space. You good? Baby, around here is like Alcoholics Anonymous. Do you know what that is? Okay, so in Alcoholics Anonymous, this is oh, you feel like I was cussing you out? Nope, I'm not cussing you out, baby. This is what I do every night. This is what I do every night. You must be, are you new? You must be new. This is my energy every night because I'm very passionate. Because unfortunately, we live in a country where the country itself as a whole, but this is speaking just personally, so many individuals have been ignored, ousted, and told the wrong things for so long that they're not getting what they need. Okay? So, if it's too heavy for you, listen. Thank you so much for your love and support. But I promise you, if it's something that bothered you or affected you, you do not have to stay here. I never want someone to be here that ain't comfortable. And if you feel like I'm cussing you, I don't want to deeply apologize because that's not the case. But if you feel like you need to leave or unfollow me or not be here, baby, I totally understand. But what I won't do is I've watched too many people die from obesity related diseases that didn't have to die. See, you probably had to end up on your deathbed with tubes in every part of your body, weighing 592 pounds, about to die and leave all of your family, including your grandchildren, alone because you couldn't stop eating. So you have to have been somewhere to understand where I'm coming from. So sometimes where I'm coming from is too heavy for people, baby. Sometimes where I'm coming from is too real. The truth is too evident. The truth is too powerful. So sometimes I am too much, and I understand that. But I never want you to feel uncomfortable by any means because I would never waste my energy to cuss somebody out. Yeah, I would never cuss you out, baby. I don't have that in me. Yeah, I wouldn't sit and verbally curse at you or anything like that. Yeah, never know. So no, I don't want to receive that at all. Because definitely not cussing nobody by any means. Yeah. Yeah, see, Trucker Queen just said, my mom is dying from overeating. So see, what I'm talking about is past this superficial level that most people want to stay at. That's what I was saying. See, most people can't understand me because the level that they're on and the level I'm on is not understandable. See, what I'm talking about requires an ability inside of yourself to reach beyond the surfaces of weight loss. That's what I said. Most people are on a weight loss journey. I'm not. I'm on a wellness journey. They're not the same thing. So many times people are in my lives that just can't relate. And I totally get that. But I know you can though. Because see, I'm reading your comments. So I know you can though. I know you understand what I'm saying. But the more to what I'm pointing out to you is, and what's so interesting is if I was sitting here being passionate about you drinking apple cider vinegar and how I can help you lose weight in 10 pounds in 10 days, the likes will be going crazy. The room will have thousands of people in here and it'll be perfect. Right? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Ain't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, you guys? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how we work like that? Because we have this innate desire for quick fixes and things like that. We're not a culture or community or people that wants to put in the real work that it requires to actually heal and fix ourselves. We want someone to come along and to fix the broken ceramic pieces and glue us back together in 5 minutes like we were broken in 5 minutes. But unfortunately, the truth to the matter is this is a fight for your life. And the brokenness you're experiencing right now, it's been shattering little pieces off of you probably well before now. So I pray that me reaching my deathbed at the age of 35 doesn't have to be your story too. I pray that you never have to look 3 heart attacks, 3 strokes, 29 clots, 9 intubations, and a plethora and live with the terminal illness. I pray you never have to look that in the face. I pray you never have to wake up and wonder, is today the day you're going to die? I pray that never be your story. So as sharing my story helps your story go down a different path, then I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I don't know what you said. Ace Pup, oh no, baby, listen, you ain't gotta do no. Who said you had to do exam? What are you baby? I don't miss your comments or something because I don't know what you talking about. Love, I think you have an ideal in your head that has nothing to do with me. Because I'm not really sure where you're getting those messages from because I never said any of those things. You said because your comment says I love you, but I can't do Ozempics. I never told you to do Ozempics ever. I never suggested that. I never even brought that up. You brought it up actually. So I just don't want this because the narrative of the live is starting to seem kind of strange, and I don't want that. Yeah, yeah, it's okay if you have a bad experience. That's welcome to you're presenting like you're not welcomed or like your opinion is not being respected, and that's not what's happening. So let's correct that. You're welcome to have bad experiences. We have a lot of people in here actually often that have had bad experiences on the medication. So that's not abnormal. So at no point was anyone denying your experience or telling you that you have to take it or you need to take it. I didn't use medication to lose weight. So that's never the standpoint that I didn't come from. I'm a natural girly. So I would never come from a standpoint to try to force anyone to talk positive about any experience. Your experience is your experience. So I'm not really sure what you might have gotten the wrong concept or misread something. So let me help you unread it. You are welcome here. Your experience is welcome here. Your statement of that your experience been bad, it can be bad for you. And it clearly was bad for you, right? So I think you misunderstood me, definitely. Yeah, I think you misunderstood me, mama. Yeah, I think because I think you thought I was saying you, girl. Yeah, many people have had problems. I have a lot of people actually come to me from the medication to do it natural because it wasn't a good experience for them. So you're in safe hands. Yeah. Okay. Back queen, you're in good hands. All right. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. Yep. It's okay. Yeah. None of that. You allowed to have all of those. Yeah. But I know some places if you go in and speak on it, they won't let you. Right? I know that sometimes if you go on a lab and say, I had a bad experience, I never said you made the medicine. No, who did somebody say you made the medicine? Okay, Ace Pop, baby, I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay, because I don't think anybody said you, it says, I don't say I made the medicine. I don't think anybody said you made the medicine either. Maybe it's glitching or something. Hi, Frederica. Okay, guys, we're at our 45-minute mark for Sunday night. Yes, you are good. I'm proud of you. Almost at your goal and everything. So just stay focused. Yeah, you're doing the right things. You already got it on lock. Don't. Yeah, you good. You good. You good. Okay. So now that we got that part out, okay. So it's all about empowerment, having the necessary knowledge, and then the tools to act on it. So power, the necessary not. Ace Post said, period. I'm on your side. Power and the necessary knowledge, right? The knowledge. Because remember, the knowledge is the key. So it doesn't remember it's the essence of what we're talking about is that, like in the examples we're given, is that if we don't have the mindset, the two don't matter. So if we have the mindset and we understand the anxiousness in the body, then we understand the two. When we have our faith on lock when it comes to our relationship with food, then we can pray about it instead of chew about it. Okay. It was a point you were explaining what you did and it got crossed. I think so, Truckle Queen. I think that I think so. I think her comments was coming when I was talking about it. I think that's what happened. Okay. It's okay. She said I think. She said we good. Okay, so the goal is that when the body can understand the dysregulation, you can go into prayer before you respond. That's the goal. That's the goal, right? So you see the connection? Remember, it's dysregulation. It's not actually that you're hungry. So stop thinking that you're actually hungry. It's dysregulation. So if we calm the dysregulation, then we calm the cravings. It's not that we fix the cravings, it's that we corrected what was making us anxious in the first place. Yes, Queen. Okay, follow me. So if I eat for boredom, I'm still going to have bouts of boredom. So if I go on a weight loss journey, then all I'm doing is going to try to remove what I've been eating for boredom, which in most cases is sugar. Okay, right? So if I remove the eating from boredom, for boredom, which was chewing of the sugar, I'm still going to have bouts of boring, right? I'm still going to have moments of boredom, right? Right. If I still have the moments of boredom and I'm not eating anymore, I have to put something in its place because my body still recognizes a sensation of boredom. Okay, you got that part. When you converge them together, the recognition and what it is, you can then utilize the techniques throughout. Thus is the reading that we do. The reading, so we're on the page 146, going into your will be done, which is we're asking God to send us. Most days I pray some versions of this dangerous prayer. You don't have to pray these words, but I hope you'll consider surrendering more of yourself to God each day. Pray what's on your heart and give yourself to be used by God. Invite him to send you into the opportunities where you can be salt and light and to see what happens in you and those around you. Make the words of your prayer your own. My words change slightly, but my intention behind them always remains the same. God, may your will be done through me today. Ace, is this actually our daily reading? So I don't usually have anybody come up for the daily reading, beautiful. It shouldn't be surprising to me. Okay, so make your words your own prayer. My words change slightly, but my intention behind them always remains the same. God, may your will be done through me today. It shouldn't be surprising to me, but when I don't take time to pray this prayer, my days are not as productive. I'm often more distracted, more self-focused, more easily tempted. But when I do this prayer, my heart stays directed toward what matters to God. I'm more aware of the gentle, soft promptings of the Holy Spirit guiding me to say something to a coworker or to help a friend. When I start my day wholly devoted to God, my mind is focused toward what lasts rather than the temporary pleasures of this world. My day matters to God and it's meaningful to me. And at the end of the day, I can look back and see all the different ways God used me as I write in my personal journal. I can note how I took steps of faith, and rather than feeling empty, hollow, and dissatisfied, I feel fulfilled, content, and overwhelmed with gratitude toward God. How do you think your life might change if you prayed daily a daring, faith-filled prayer of a whole life devotion to God, the one who gave it all for you? Oh, I don't think you have beef. I don't think you have beef. We're just so I do these readings every night, and it's actually a certain structure we do. So there's people actually in the room with these books that are waiting for me to actually read this. So that's all. There's you. I'm really laid back and chill. I don't. You'd have to do way more than that to. I don't. Yeah, I'm real laxy. Yeah. Okay. So as it says, so after that it says I feel fulfilled, content, and overwhelmed with gratitude toward God. So your question that's going in your journal, here's my journal. Get your journals. You should have your journal. It should have already been out since we've been talking for an hour. In your journal, you should be writing, 1, how do you think your life might change if you prayed a daily, a daring, faith-filled prayer? Okay, write it down. So tomorrow when I ask y'all don't be in the chat like, Coach, what was it again? Okay. Of whole life devotion to the one who gave it all to you. Queen, are you hearing the question? And then it says, what if right now you prayed to ask God to send you? Because one of the things that I've learned about service is when we are in the midst of our own struggle, self-pity, and self-will, self-pity, self-defecation, those are very easy to become to the forefront of your brain. Okay? Follow me here. And when we're feeling down, the negative seems to float to the front of your thoughts. But if we are staying in sacrificial prayer with God to ask him to send you so that we can stay out of self and into him, then we're less likely to become self-pitied over our own struggles and be able to see the light to make better choices to get out of our own stuff by staying out of self-pity so we can hear him better and serve others. So then we can hear our answer in the service of others. Because if I'm in self-pity and self-will, I can't hear God. But if I choose to acknowledge my problem and go do what I've been called to do, in the midst of my service, my answer to my problem will be received if I'm serving it with an open heart and open ears. Because remember, we said, ask God, send us. So we listening. Are we on the same page? So we're actually listening. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in if you just came in the building. So we're listening. Because that's the whole, that remember we on the third part of the book, so we done search me, take away all the stuff, clean me. We did that. And now he's sending us. He's teaching us that if we can go as humble as we've been asked to go in the word, in our journeys, in our life, in our stuff, humble down. Remember, we talk about, God, help me have a new experience in you. Help me have a new experience in food. Help me have a new experience in my relationships. Help me have a new experience in my life. Help me have a new experience in my job. Help me have a new experience in you so that I can forget everything that I think I know about you, everything that I think I know about food, everything that I think I know about weight loss, everything that I think I know about life, everything that I think I know about struggle and strife, everything that I think I know, God, help remove that from me so that I can have a new experience. Remove self-will so that I can have a new experience. If I am the blockage in my journey, remove me. If my thinking is the blockage in my journey, remove the thoughts. But whatever it may be that may be keeping me from being this better version of myself that God has shown me that I'm supposed to be, it's my destiny, it's my future, then I'm willing to ask that very same God to help me forget everything I think I know and to create a clean heart and renew my spirit. You know, we in the same family, Trucker Queen. Do you understand? Help me take away everything I think I know. Because what if what I think I know is the problem? What if the information that I've been standing on, the information that I've been living on, what if that's the information blocking me? What if that's the information holding me back? What if that's behavior blocking me? What if that's the behavior holding me back? What if the very things I've locked arms with is the very things I need to unlock arms with? What if the very thing I stand firm on is the very thing I need to stand up against? What we just don't know. But if I don't ask God to help me have a new experience in these things, then how can I have a new mindset when I approach them? It's like taking an old dirty laundry bag to a clean event. It's like wearing last year's underwear to this year's New Year's party. Why? Why would I do that? I need a clean mind. I need a clean heart. And I need a clean spirit so that I can understand my battles, so that I can see them clearly, so that I'm no longer held captive by the bondage of self. I get to get free. I get to get free and stay free. But I must be willing. I must be consistently willing to ask God to search me. I must be willing to ask him to then take it all out. Because I'm not just asking him to search me. I said search me, break me, and send me. Do you hear how bold that is? My phone is glitching a little bit because the battery's about to die. I see the yellow thing. Hold on. There's that link, y'all. So you're going to go here. I forgot to show y'all, my bad. You're going to go here, and then you're going to go here. And then when you go there, it's going to do that. And then you're going to scroll down. Of course, that's me. I know what I look like. Sorry, somebody just said, can you please show? I'm working on the boo. It's going to look like that. And then when you scroll down, you're just going to add to the cart. And it'll immediately send you everything via automatic download, okay? Okay, so you got it, Queen? Okay. I was just showing you how to get there. Okay. Okay. Uh, I have a meeting with my staff tonight, so one of them is gonna be late. Okay, he says I have 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Hi, Tinks Mouse. How are you? Okay. Any questions on tonight's teaching? So search me, break me, send me. Dangerous prayers. These 3 prayers are said to be some of the most dangerous prayers you can actually pray. And the reason why we took this challenge on when we did at the beginning of this year, because we agreed that many people don't actually pray about their weight loss and wellness. They don't. They just don't. If we get cancer of some sort, we will pray the roof off of somewhere. But you don't hear prayer circles for obesity. You don't hear people wanting to pray when somebody's struggling with their weight. And then if they overweight and they go to the doctor and they get a cancer diagnosis, right? Trucker Queen said, I do, but most people don't. Now, I've never seen a church do a prayer line for obesity, Trucker Queen. Never. Never. As a matter of fact, it's like taboo in the church when you start talking about obesity, actually, because hardly any churches have any form of health and wellness or workout programs consistently. I'm not talking about once a month. I'm talking about actual facilities that that's for health and wellness. It's very few. And I'm not talking about one where they got to pay the church to come for service. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the church actually forwarding up the bill, paying somebody to provide fitness, meal plans, workouts, meditation, and structure to their congregation. The only church that I know about is House of Faith Ministries of New Jersey. I only know that because I'm the person they hired to do it. And they have workout classes every single week and have had those from the beginning of the year. Hey, baby, how you doing? From the beginning of the year. Meal plans, all in their culture. Workouts, meditations, natural remedies and for diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, all natural, offered to our actual church members. It costs them nothing but being a church member, because we want people to pray sun up and sundown. We want people to pray. We want them to pray. We want them to come to every prayer line, every conference, every service. They tell us we got cancer. We will come in that church, open that building, and pray for 17 years. But people come in there on straight walkers with hypertension, blood pressure, and kidney disease, and they all 200, 300, 400 pounds overweight, but we not adding weight in there. We not adding food addiction in there. We not adding overeating in there. We not adding none of that. We praying about everything else, but we not adding the actual reasons in the prayer. We got to start adding them. We got to start adding them. Yeah. We got to start adding them. Can't leave them out. Can't leave them out. You have to. We cannot act like we don't see congregations where everybody, including the kids, are morbidly obese. Come on now. And we up there praying the roof off and can't even get down on our knees in prayer. You can't even shout. We got to be scared to shout because we can't get up if we fall down. You can't worship God like that. We got to do right. We got to do right. We got to provide our communities with health and wellness up close and personal. We have to. They're going to church every Sunday, so we got to give them resources so they can actually be successful. We can't just say, "Yeah, you need to go to the scripture and pray about it." We have to then give them the actual resources. If we're telling them to go in prayer, then we then need to be able to answer the call and provide it as a church community as our people are going into prayer. But that's a whole nother life. All right, any questions about tonight's reading, babies? Any questions? Welcome in. Hey, Love Jones, how was work? How was it? All right, you guys, it's 9:00. My team is going to be logging into the Zoom in a second. I know I'm always grinding. Remember, tomorrow is we observed... Nope, I'm blessed. You said nope, I'm blessed. I have tomorrow is the master class. Even though we don't have the company per se is closed, like my staff is off and nobody gonna like be in. Like if you call in, we're gonna answer whatever. But I am gonna be hosting the master class because remember it's the first one of this new series, so we can't cancel that. So there is a master class tomorrow at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. You can grab your tickets via the link at my iRise boutique or message me and I'll give it to you. There's still, I think 15 seats when I came on the live, but I'm not sure at this point because I haven't been able to look. But grab your seats. And way it works is when you come to one, you'll get a discount code to return to the remainder. So you'll get incentivized to return. Do you understand? So you come to the first one, it's kind of like your first initial class. And if you find that it's something you would be interested in checking out another time, then you're going to get a code that's going to, you'll be able to use it any other time that you sign up. That's going to give you that those additional master classes. They're not the same since they're all different. We wanted to find a way where if you came to another one and because you liked it, you were able to get that discounted code. Okay. So that discount code is given at the end of the class. So at the end of this class, you'll get a discount code if you choose to. Thus, then 10. You just inbox me for my info. Okay, I'm on it. As soon as we're done, Trucker Queen, I'll get it to you. Okay. Okay. Hey Tasha, how you doing, beautiful? Happy birthday to you. You know I'm gonna do that every time until the 15. You know I'm gonna do it every time until the 15. How you feeling, boo? All right, that's all we got for tonight. We did good, y'all. We did that thing. We did that thing. A good reading. Tomorrow we're on chapter 3.8 of Dangerous Players. Every day I see you. That's it. That's it, baby. People don't know what we done been through. They don't know that another day is a different type of day. I'm so glad you're feeling better. See, people don't know. See, sometimes people will see you and they don't really understand. They don't get it. So sometimes we have when we know somebody who have experienced it and can relate, you want to validate them. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have no problem, baby. I see you, honey. Keep doing you. Keep showing up. And I'm so glad you feel better. And yes, it's your birthday month. It's the birthday month. There was a time when I didn't like my birthday because I didn't have very many people to celebrate it with me. But baby, what do you need anybody to celebrate you for? That's what some of us got to learn. If there's breath in your body and air in your lungs, you celebrate you. You celebrate you. Yep. If your birthday's coming, ain't nobody else doing nothing, it's okay. They don't got to. That's what you got to remember. Is no one has an expectation over you to have to do something for you. Even your own spouses can do something out of his heart. He don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Trucker Queen said, I don't have that issue. I don't have it. But for you, those of you who feel like, oh, I don't know who's gonna celebrate, don't stop waiting for people to celebrate you, baby. Go on out there and celebrate yourself. Yep. Don't wait for them. As a matter of fact, this is how you celebrate. You're going to do something dramatic and crazy. That purse you've been wrong. I don't care if it's $3,000. If you got the money, go get your purse and then make sure you pack it around the people that forgot your birthday. Oh, when did you get that for my birthday? For every person that forgot to say happy birthday, I spent $1 on it. Yep. Trucker Queen said, no, baby, I will have a party by myself. Me too, Trucker Queen. I will have a party by myself. So that's just encouragement. You know, our country's in a weird space right now, and it's frightening and hard for a lot of people. Yep, and family included. Yep. And you know what I've learned? People don't actually be like trying to forget you. They be so caught up in their own stuff, and because they've been hiding that they really going through it too, they forget about you by accident. But because they ain't told you the truth about their own stuff, they can't show up for you because they hiding their stuff. And I'm trying to say something, but I don't want to direct like. Somebody will forget you by accident because they ain't told you the truth about they crap. So they actually in the midst of they crap. But they didn't, but it still hurts you the same. That's what I'm trying to say. It still hurts you the same. But like, I'll give you an example. You and your girlfriend, you don't miss none of your girlfriend's stuff. And you have a big something come up and she forgets about you. This is just an example. This is nobody's story. Okay. And she forgets about you. Right now, y'all talked about it. You called them 2 days before. Y'all had an arrangement, everything, all that stuff, everything, all that stuff. Okay, y'all supposed to do something. Y'all didn't end up doing it. You still ain't heard from the person, but you won't call the person because the person didn't call you. Now, this part of the story I'm about to tell you is a true story. Okay. Now it's been about 3 or 4 months. This one part is true. You've been walking around mad at this person. Okay. That they forgot your day. Okay. You mad. I mean, you big mad. You big mad. You ain't friends no more. You was the godparent. You done blocked on everything and everything. Now, what happened was when you blocked her, you didn't see her family announce that she passed away that night. So a couple months later, somebody tells you, and you tell them, they say, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? And you say, no, I didn't speak to her since she didn't show up for my birthday. And they say, really? Did you know she died? And you say, no, she didn't. I was just talking to her. But you don't realize you ain't talked to that girl for months. Because your birthday was months ago. The moral to the story is this. Everybody is not sitting around just thinking about you. That just like you are in the midst of a storm, they are too. And the capacity that you have to save, fix, rearrange, and correct other people's lives, those people may not have that capacity in them to do that for you. Somebody needed to hear that because they've been holding on to something for a long time. Because we have the capacity to be able to step in and be godlike for those we love. We have placed that persona on individuals in our lives, but you forgot that God didn't give them the capacity to handle it like he gave you. That's not their calling, that's your calling. God has been dealing with you about being self-centered. Oh, that's deep, Trucker Queen. I need y'all to think about that. Okay? Because sometimes everybody is going through it. They just had it better than you do. And others, right? You have the one person that every time something go wrong, the whole world hears about it. And then you have Kay! And then you have the other person that stuff is always going wrong and they never say a word. Hi, baby! Hey, Tasha. You know I love you, boo. From my heart, from my lips to your heart. So it's just so, I used to kind of function from a space of I expect you. But I don't do that anymore because I learned that sometimes my role for you is different than your role for me. And I'm not supposed to try to level it out, and neither should you. You shouldn't be trying to match what God purposefully put me in your life for, and I shouldn't be trying to match what God purposely put you in my life for, because they're not the same assignments. Does that make sense, y'all? So because our assignments say, Kay, I miss you, so Kay, I leave Thursday. You know I wasn't gonna stay home that long. I'm leaving to do the retreat stuff. See, I wasn't here that long. I don't even think it's been a month. I don't even think I've been home a month. But I'm being summoned. I'm being summoned. When they call, I run. I know I didn't last long in Arizona, did I? Kay, I only been here for, it ain't even been that long. I came home. My house was a mess, whole nother life. So I had to do that. And then I've had clients and I have to actually go meet some. So I've actually been mobile. But I've been about 4, I think, I don't know. It ain't been long. But I'm trying to be out of this place in a few days. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Okay, anyway. No questions. All right, you guys. So I leave you that message with a lot of love and tenderness. And I pray that God may touch you and that he hears your prayers tonight, whatever they may be. I pray that wherever you are right now in your life, whatever may be heavy on you, I pray that God gives you a sense of lightness immediately. Um, I pray that the words that I've shared have been a blessing to your ears and an opening to your heart. I probably done passed by. Yep, probably because baby, I've been ripping and running. Yep, where you want me to meet you at? Baby, I've been on the move. Look, I got a bag in the car now because what's happening is I keep happening because see, y'all live so far. Okay. So this weekend, I couldn't be traveling all the way over to the other side of Phoenix without nothing. So that's how I'm starting now. I'm getting the hang of it. Like when I'm here, just put my stuff in the car. That way I don't have to be trying to get an hour on the other side of somewhere after I'm exhausted because it's hard to drive after doing all that. Anyway, yes, I'm here. If I'm leaving, it's not for 48 hours. If I shall be leaving, it will be in 2 days. Because I'm trying to surprise somebody somewhere. I'm trying to sneak somewhere to surprise somebody. I don't know. Let's pray we can pull it out. That's the goal. It's April. So if you've been here a while, you know what I'm thinking of doing. So let's see if we can pull it off. I have been summoned back to the beauty supply store, but that's a whole nother jam outside of what I'm trying to pull off with this surprise. So I miss my mom. I would like to see my mom's face. She's doing much better, but I'd like to see my mommy, my God family in New Jersey. You know, I call them my God family. So I'd like to try to get on back and see my mom. Surprise my niece for her birthday. I hope she's not in my life. And my sister. I know my sister's asleep because I can see. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I love you guys. Have a good night. Preston's in the Zoom, so unless y'all want to stand here and listen to me work, which y'all don't want to do because it gets boring really quick, especially when they start talking about numbers and labs, and you don't want to be a part of it. It's not very exciting. I mean, it's exciting when we talk about the results section. When they start going over like lab numbers and who needs to be called, that stuff be like, okay. Because you still got to then go, okay, yes, I do come down south. Tasha, I do. Wait a minute, you guys. Before I get off live, hold on. I'm going to end the live everywhere else because I don't want to keep nobody. Because hold on, Tasha, because you know I stay on here long, okay? So let me go end the live because we have been on a while. I think it's been exactly almost 2 hours, and we have not done a Sunday 2-hour live in a long time. So we're grateful for that. We're so excited that we did do a 2-hour live because we need to be live more. We need to be where we can communicate, where y'all can drop comments, where y'all can get input and information. So if you enjoy the live, don't forget to come back. We can rewatch the replay if you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram before they delete it. Okay, so let me tell you about the concert real quick.